Good morning. It is day 84. I got one half a second before it's 7:15. But it is actually day 84. And on day 84, we're talking about how to hear from God. And the scripture comes from John 10:27, where Jesus says, "My sheep hear my voice." And the title is God's Voice or My Voice. So many times, many of us, we're looking to hear from God. And when we think we hear from God, sometimes we're saying to ourselves, is this Jesus or is this me talking to myself? And so, one of the things is for us to consider, how do we know? I had a significant life experience probably almost 30 years ago, a little less than 30 years ago. And in it, someone had said, this is what God is saying. And what they said not only didn't come to pass, but there was a lot of drama. But I remember after things had calmed down and I was sitting by myself, and I said, God, if you have something to say, I need you to say it to me. And I mean, through tears through my eyes, just complete brokenness. And I believe that God has shown himself faithful in that. But it's easier said than understood. So to put some context around what I mean by that, first of all, if I need to tell if it's God's voice or my voice, one of the main things I need to do is check my heart motive. Am I wanting something just so I can spend it on my pleasure? James talks about that. Am I wanting something so that I could get vengeance on somebody or so I can feel better about myself? Or am I asking with pure motives? And is this thing I'm hearing about glorifying God or glorifying myself, right? Also, wisdom, James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, ask, and God will give it generously. Do I have wise counselors? Do I have mature people around me that I could say, I believe God is saying XYZ, who could offer some context, offer through their experience that also helps clarity. But the number one way that you can know if it's God's voice or your voice is through his word and through the reading of his word and praying and saying, God, speak to me. When I was going through, it was the first Samuel 3:9. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Speak. And that is how we can tell, is this God's voice or is it my voice? Now, other times we're going to talk about, is it God's voice or other people's voice? We'll do that. Let's do that part two next time. But part one, my voice or God's voice, following these steps, the Bible, counselors, and also what's checking my heart motive. So hope that helps you. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.